الله من عادة ثانية.
صلى الله على محمد.
ثالث على حب الحسن والحسين بأعلى أصواتكم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. It's working? بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. صلى الله عليك يا سيدنا يا رسول الله. صلى الله عليك وعلى أهل بيتك الطيبين الطاهرين. صلى الله عليك يا أبا عبد الله، يا بابا نجاة الأمة، يا غريب يا شهيد، يا ليتنا كنا معكم فنفوز فوزا عظيما. In the name of Allah, the most merciful and the compassionate. And be peace upon the Holy Prophet and his households. And with the peace of Allah upon the best among his creatures, Abu Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salatu wassalam, and those who martyred in his path. As I was discussing yesterday, I started with one of the most important and beautiful subject. As I said, I do not claim that I can cover the entire subject, but it is by itself a topic which should be discovered. That is Islam and its beauties. You know, it's in human nature. Unless we discover a beauty of something or someone, we do not feel the attachment and attraction towards it. We are not attracted and we are not admired to something, we don't know its beauty. So it's very important to discover the beauties of Islam. If a Muslim just claims that he is a believer and he do not discovers and he do not knows the beauties of Islam, he cannot protect his religion. He cannot be 100% loyal and devoted to his religion. Why? It's in human nature. Unless we like something, or before that, unless we know something, we don't like that. Unless we like something, we do not choose that. Unless we have a deep love and affection towards something, we do not think to protect that. It is sometimes easier to be a Muslim, but it is not easy to protect our Islam. It is sometimes very easy to say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. But it is tough. What Allah says in His holy book, الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا. Those who said that our Lord is Allah. And then they stood firmly on that path. So how it has happened and how it is possible, how it can be, it is important to know the beauties to get affection of that particular thing we are going to choose. And it is in human nature. We practice this in our daily life. We can find this in our daily life. Whenever we want to buy something, maybe a small device, maybe a small mobile, a small gadget, maybe a something giant. First of all, what we do, we try to discover what is that. And when we discover, we compare that in our mind. So I have seen something similar, so it is better than that or not. Unknowingly we compare. Suppose when we go to buy to a mobile, or we go to a mobile shop, so we check the features. We check the differences. And now also sometimes if you try to find something over Google, so they themselves says that you just compare. Why this is important to buy? Why you have to choose this? Because unless we know this, we discover it properly and we compare it with other devices, and we know that no, this is more perfect than that one which I am having or which I have seen and which I know. So till then I'm not going to choose that. It's in human nature. Similarly, we find in Quran Allah says, فَبَشِّرْ عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقَوْلِ. Give bashara to those who listens to different calls. فَيَتَّبِعُونَ أَحْسَنَ, and they choose the best one. It is something, as I discussed, why it is important to discover our intellect. Yesterday I discussed over this. Because unless we are using our wisdom and intellect, we cannot be loyal to our religion. So that was the bedrock for religion. So now the next day, when we are going to choose something, when we are going to be loyal for something, when we say that we are loyal to religion, we are very much devoted to religion, it is important that how much we know. Unless we know it, we are not loyal. Because blindly closing my eyes, I can't be loyal to something unless I feel the essence of beauty. And it is not a claim, it is something, a proven fact. Not one of the most beautiful, the only beautiful religion in the world is Islam. And it is not just a claim, it's proven. The only, as Allah says in Quran, Inna ad-dina inda Allahi al-Islam, the only religion for Allah is, the only lifestyle for Allah is Islam. Why? It is very much connected and it is based on the beauties. Now this is the reason why we have to discover the beauties of Islam so we can be very much loyal to our religion. For example, if someone discovers the beauty of prayer, so then he is not going to miss that. If someone discovers the beauty of charity, he is not going to miss it. If someone discovers the beauty of the nearness of Allah, he is not going to miss it. Likewise, for my sisters, if someone discovers the beauty of hijab, so the sister will compromise with anything but not with hijab. Why? She knows the importance and the dignity. She has discovered, as it is mentioned in Karbala, you see a younger child just at the age of 3, She is asking to her auntie that, do you have a niqab so I can cover myself? That young baby, that small baby, simply a 3 years old baby, she's so much worried for hijab. Why? Because what was the basic and important aim of Ahlul Bayt was to feed the love of Islam in the hearts of the kids. This they did, and this is very much important. So unless we discover the beauty, we cannot be loyal to our religion. This is what I want to discuss today. And now one more issue which is very much important. If I claim that the Islam is the beautiful religion, so how we can claim and we can prove that it is beautiful? The beauty not starts from the actions. If we discuss about the religion, the beauty starts from the concept and ideologies. How beautiful is Islam ideologically? Because we can find beauties in action in many different religions. But the attraction, if it is based on ideology, so then the religion will be more attractive, and then it will be more beloved. So when we compare Islam to other religions, one of the best part of Islam is that, as I discussed yesterday, that the entire Usul-ud-Din and the fundamentals of Islam, they are based on wisdom and human intellect. First thing. And this is one of the most important difference between Islam and other religion. We don't find this in other religion. We only find this in Islam. And one of the most important subject in the term of ideology is that whenever Islam proves something, whenever Islam says to have that belief, Islam touches the soul of the human and the spirit of the human. Where we discuss the ideology of Islam, one of the most important subject is the concept of destiny in Islam. Because how Allah has created human being, when we find in Quran, when we discover the human being in Quran, Allah has given the topmost honor to human being before he was born until after his death. Before the entire world was created, Allah has given honor to the human being. The way Allah has honored to human being, it's a worldview of Islam. It's a vision of Islam. It's a way Islam sees human being. Like this, we don't find in any other religion. The way Islam has mentioned human being, the way Quran has mentioned and defined human being, we don't find this best definition in any other religion. The way Islam has defined the attributes of humans, in this way we don't find in any other religion, if we have a comparative study. So one of the most important subject in Islamic fundamentals and Islamic Usul-ud-Din and thoughts is that Allah has created human being with choice. We are not created and we don't have choice. Our destiny is not predetermined. Our destiny is not, but it is commonly very much known among the people. It's very easy to say And one of the most complicated subject is this topic, that either our destiny is predetermined or we have the choice. Because this brings the difference between other religions. Why Islam is superior than Christianity? Why Islam is superior than Judaism? Why Islam is superior than Hinduism? Why Islam is superior than any other religion? Because Islam is very much close to the human nature and human intellect. So when we discuss this subject, it's a complicated subject. It's not so easy to comprehend. But what I have discovered and what the scholar says, I find it's very important and not so much hard to understand and comprehend. It's very simple. Now if I ask you a question, before going to that topic and placing my question, I would like to just take few minutes to make a preface. What's that? For example, we know that Allah has two types of basic attributes. Attributes of beauty, those are Sifatul Jamal and Sifatul Jalal, yani those attributes which shouldn't be attributed towards Allah. Those qualities which shouldn't be attributed to Allah. Sifatul Jalal. So Sifatul Jamal, the attributes of beauty, are basically three qualities and three attributes. What are those? The first thing is that Allah is high, He is alive. The second one is that Allah is Qadir, He is powerful. And the third one is the most important, He is wise. Why it was important to mention this? If we say that Allah is wise, what does it mean? If we say that Allah is wise, then it means that a wise, simple wise person, wise human, he or she doesn't do anything which cannot be justified, which cannot be logically defined. He never commits anything which is illogical and unjust. Means when we talk about someone, he is wise. So means he will never commit anything which is illogical. He will never commit anything which is unjust. And whatever he will plan or decide, that will be perfect. There will be no imperfection. This means wisdom. So now, if I ask you a question, that for example, is it logical, does it sounds logical that suppose for example, you are sitting in a car and you ask your driver to take you a particular destination or location, and you keep the key in your pocket, and you don't let him to start the car. So, and then you shout upon him, or you say that, why you are doing so? Why you not taking the car? Why you not taking me to the destination? So does it sound logical? No, never. Why? Because the key is with me. If I am not allowing the driver to start the car, how can I shout upon the driver or scream upon the driver or show my anger to that person? Because he is helpless. He can't drive the car because the key is with me. For example, I tie the hands of someone and then I force him to do something, or I put a gun over a person, ma samahallah, and I ask him and I force him to do something. And he is forced to do that. So now, is it logical, is it wise that I force that person to do a particular work or particular crime, and then I think to punish that person? Does it sound logical? It doesn't sound logical, because he or she was helpless, didn't committed this crime or this sin with her or his own intention. So now, I would like to ask one thing, very simple question. If we say, means I'll give you a few examples, it's very important to know gradually. If we say that we are helpless in our actions, our destiny is determined from before, and it is designed from before, we have no choice. As it was very common in the time of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. Those people, what they claim, when Lady Zainab salamullah alayha was in the court of Ibn Ziyad, what he said? كيف وجدت صنع الله في أخيك? How did you find the creation of Allah and the decision of Allah for your brother? So what she replied? ما رأيت إلا جميلة. This question, it was not a simple question. It has an ideological base that whatever we are practicing, whatever we are doing, it is predetermined and we have no choice in it. If Ammar bin Yasir was killed in the battle of Siffin, it was not the fault of those who killed him, because they had no choice. This concept and this school of thought was very common at that time among the enemy of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salatu wassalam. So now gradually it became very common. What? That our destiny is predetermined, we have no choice. Now I would like to ask you, for younger brothers, if you are sitting in a classroom and you're having a test, and your teacher gives you, the examiner gives you an hour to complete the paper, and after giving the paper, you don't have the pen. He took the pen or pencil, you can't write anything. And then after an hour, he screams upon you, why you didn't completed your paper? So what you will say at that time? Say, it was not my fault. I was helpless. Don't you have taken my pen? It was you who caused me not to write my paper. It was you who was the reason for me to not write my paper. So now I would like to ask that, is it logical for us to think, is it wise to think that Allah forces us to commit a sin and then He punishes us on the day of judgment? It doesn't sound logical. It is not logical. For example, He says about insan, about the human, لَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. When we are not born and when we didn't appear to this world, He gave us everything. And He made this entire beautiful world full of beauties, full of charms. He left nothing which the human may be in need, but He has created before He comes, 1,000 years before. When He created mankind, He created in best of His form. And He praised Himself, Tabarakallahu ahsanul khaliqeen. He provided us with everything. with every need, with everything which can fulfill our spiritual or physical needs for this world and the hereafter. So now, who is the Lord who is so much careful to us, who is so much caring for us? Now, is it possible, who is so much wise, is it possible we can think even that he will force us to commit a sin and then he will punish us on the day of judgment? Now, it is very easy to comprehend. Where it is tough to understand and digest is that in our daily life. Whenever something happened to us, whenever we see any harm from someone, what we say, it was a destiny. It was a qada wa qadar of Allah. We shouldn't say anything. But in fact, it was an opium for the Muslim society by the enemies of Islam to keep them away of the spirit of Islam. Sheikh Samahat Sheikh Shahid Mutahari, may Allah bless his soul and rest him in peace. What he said, he mentions that our destiny is not determined and not designed from before. Our destiny is by choice. Allah has given all what we need to design our destiny. He has not designed our destiny. Mankind himself has to design his destiny. We have to design our destiny for this world and hereafter. For example, many times we find, I'm sorry to say, but it's a reality of the society. Suppose if someone marries, and when it comes to divorce, what it says that it was a destiny. It was not destiny that Allah has written this from before. I had no choice. It is not a destiny. From before He has given you the choice. You can spend your half of your life to find a good spouse, a good better half, a good life partner. It doesn't matter. You marry after 30, 35 years, 30 years. But you should marry to someone you can have a good life. Allah doesn't agree. So if it was predetermined and we had no choice, why He says that? Choose a best partner for yourself. Choose the one who is religious, pious, spiritual. But what we are practicing in the society is totally opposite. Not everywhere, I can't say this. But generally, the thing which is being practiced. So what happens? Now the ratio of divorce in many Muslim societies, especially in some African countries and Western countries, day by day it is rising. Why? Because of the wrong choice, not because of the destiny. Our destiny is not determined and designed from before. We have to design our destiny. You know, one of the best couple in the entire world after Holy Prophet and Lady Khadija, which was the best couple if I ask you? One of the best couple, Imam Ali and Lady Fatima salamullahi alayha. One of the best couple. But if we say financially how much they were strong, what Imam Ali had at the time of marriage, Did Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam ask Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam about his bank balance, about his big house, about his villa? He never asked him. What he said to Lady Fatima salamullah alayha, he said that he is the one to whom I agree. I am pleased by his religion, his spirituality. He had only around 4,500 dirham at that time. He sold his zira, and the entire amount he had in his hand, this was that. And the entire event of this marriage was held with this amount. So now, how this life was so much success that Allah says, Maraj al-Bahrain yaltaqiyan. How Allah praised them in Surah Al-Dahr, Surah Al-Insan, because they were materialistically, they didn't have so much of resource of life. They didn't have so much of charms in life financially. But they didn't say, they never ever uttered that. How Allah has designed their life. So what I want to say that the claim of the destiny, that whether our destiny is designed from before or we have to design our destiny. So you know how it entered to Islam? It entered from Christianity. This concept entered from Judaism. They have a predetermination, the concept of destiny in their religion. Islam, there's no any space and place for destiny in Islam. We have to design our destiny. Allah has given the capital. For example, you are an entrepreneur and you want your son to be like you. You give him, for example, a handful amount of money to start a business. You don't go behind him. You have given him a target that after a year, I want to see you where you reaches. So now he has to work for him. He has to plan the business. He has to design the business. He has to work day and night to increase the capital, to double the capital, to triple the capital. This is what you expect from him. But the first day you have given him the capital for the business. This is what Allah has done with the mankind. The day He created us, He has given us the capital of intellect. And what He expects from us, that with the help of this capital, we have to make our life. It is not like that, that whatever He has designed, it's going to happen. No. There is a subject, there is a topic, Bada. But even we say the night of destiny, Laylatul Qadr. What does it mean, the night of destiny? The night of destiny means, it's very important to comprehend this. For example, when anyone commits a sin, so what happens? A black spots comes to his soul and upon his heart. And gradually, his intellect decreases. His thought process, it reduces. As mentioned in riwayat, that if you find someone, he forgets a lot. So one of the reasons behind forgetting is sins. If the number of sins rises in human's life, he forgets a lot. So what happens when someone commits a sin? The capital of human is his intellect. When he or she commits a sin, a wall comes, a black wall comes between this capital and his soul. So in the night of destiny, what we do, we break this wall of sin by astaghfar, by saying astaghfirullah rabbi wa atubu ilayh, by seeking the nearness of Allah. The more we seek the nearness of Allah, we are breaking this wall. The more we say astaghfirullah, we are breaking this wall. So by breaking this wall, we are getting the nearness of Allah and we are getting close to our wisdom. We are opening, we are freeing our wisdom. We are freeing our capital, which was frozen by sin. So when the capital is free, you can easily make a good business. When you have your capital in your hand, you can easily have a good business. But when you miss the capital, when your capital is blocked, suppose for example, if someone's account is frozen, so what will happen? He can't have any transaction. If there is no transaction, no business. He is helpless. So likewise, what sense causes? Sense blocks and freezes our intellect, the capital which Allah has given to us. It is very important to comprehend. That night of destiny means the night to free the capital. And it's not my interpretation, not my understanding. This is what we understand from the sayings of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salatu wasalam, and renowned scholars, they have mentioned this. So there is no destiny, and this is one of the main beauty of Islam when we compare Islam to other religion. Islam is the only religion which forces and emphasizes upon the importance of human intellect and human freedom and human choice that we don't find in other religion. Then we don't find. Whether people are following, and they are huge in number in compared to Islam, but ideologically, intellectually, when we have debate or when we discuss, when we compare the religion, we will find this. So my last word for today is that if somebody asks that does Islam supports destiny, so never ever, Islam doesn't support destiny. Means the chapter of destiny, that our destiny is determined and designed from before and we have no choice. No, it's a false claim and it's a fake allegation upon Islam. There is no space and no room for predeterminism in Islam. Yes, the human being is going to design his own destiny. How we design our destiny? By our choice. We design our destiny by choosing Tawheed, by our belief, by our action. What Imam Ali says, that if you want to design your destiny, if you want to be successful in life, you have to acquire two qualities, al-wara' wal-ijtihad. Be practical in your life. Do hard works and be pious. Have fear of Allah. Never commit a sin. These are the two objects to design the destiny, to make the destiny the chosen one, the best of our destiny. This is the only criteria. Otherwise, there is no any destiny. Yeah, the enemies of Islam, as I mentioned, they tried to insert this concept in Islam. That was the concept of Jabr, which forcefully our holy masters and imams, they reject this concept. There is no Jabr in Islam. There is one more concept of Tafweed, which I will discuss inshallah tomorrow. And it is very important to comprehend this. to know this. So we can have a proper understanding of Islam. When we have a proper understanding of Islam and proper comprehension of Islam, then we'll start loving Islam. Then when we will start loving Islam, then definitely we are going to choose the Islam. And when we are loving and we have chosen the Islam, then we are going to protect Islam, protect our religion. Then we are going to stand behind to save our ideology, our dignity. This would happen in Karbala. You know, whenever, even if we see the pains in Karbala, today I would like to drag your attention towards one of the most painful situation in Karbala and after Karbala. And it is very important for us to feel that. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, sallallahu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. You know, if I ask you one thing, we all know that in Karbala, there were small kids, there were ladies, there were small childs, they were thirsty. Now, if I ask you that how much thirsty they were, we know that Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam, he was thirsty. In his last moment, when Shimr was sitting upon his chest, what he said, can I have a little water? Allahu Akbar, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. So now, but if I ask you that how much thirsty they were, do we have some moments, some signs to mention the thirst of these kids, these children, these ladies, and especially the thirst of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam? You know, on the day of Ashura, when Abul Fadl Abbas came to Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, asking him that, oh my master, please let me go. I can't see you helpless. You're all alone. So what Imam Hussein said alayhi salatu wasalam, my brother Abbas, how can I let you go? You are the commander-in-chief of my battalion, of my peoples. So what he says in pain, oh my master, Ya Aba Abdullah, now there's no one left in your army. You're all alone. So what Imam Hussein said, now I would like to mention the painful moment of Karbala. What he said, so if you want to go, just bring some water for these kids. I can't see them shouting and screaming for water. So what the history says, the narration says that Abul Fadl Abbas, when he went to that place, that tent, to take the qirba for water, what he saw something which made him cry. He put his head on the door of that tent and started crying and screaming. What he saw, you know? How much thirsty the kids were. He saw that the kids were sleeping on the floor and they were putting that qirba on their neck, on their chest, and on their stomach. Allahu Akbar. So much thirsty they were. He started crying and screaming. Then he left. The second moment, now I would like to ask to the mothers here sitting, definitely you have small kids at home and with you. When a small kid who cannot speak, when he or she is in pain or thirsty or hungry, how he or she shows his hunger or thirst? The kid cries. The kid screams. When you hear the scream of the kid, you feel that no, my child is hungry, my child is thirsty. Now I would like to ask you one thing. Do you know this? A boy who is simply a 6 month old. On the day of Ashura, he was thirsty, but he was not screaming on that day. Why he was not screaming on that day, you know? Because he didn't have that much of potential and power in him. He was so weak that day. He stopped screaming because he was so weak. But when Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam said, Hal min nasirin yansuruna, Hal min dhabbin yadubbu an harami Rasulillah, is there anyone to help the households of Holy Prophet? So what they did at that time, you know, he thrown himself on the floor because he was helpless to cry. He was unable to cry. He couldn't cry because he was so weak. He can't raise his voice that time. So what he did, he thrown himself from the cradle. Then the ladies of Haram, they started crying. Imam Hussain, when he heard the cries of the ladies, he asked, what happened, my dear sister? I'm alive right now. Why you are crying? Why you are screaming? So she said, oh brother, when you raise this voice, this child thrown himself from the cradle. Allahu Akbar. So you feel the thirst of he was so weak that day. What Imam Hussain says on the day of Ashura, you don't see how he is opening his mouth like a fish. This moment. And one of the most painful moments on the day of Karbala, which shows the thirst of Imam Hussain. When Ali Akbar alayhi salatu wasalam went to fight the enemy, suddenly he came back to Imam Hussain and he said, oh my father, can I have a little water to quench my thirst? So what Imam Hussain said, oh my son, put your tongue to my mouth. Insert your tongue in my mouth. Suddenly when he put his tongue in the mouth of Imam Hussain, he suddenly took out the tongue and said, oh my father, you are more thirsty than me. Your tongue is more dry than me. So you just feel, if this even for Ali Akbar knows that there is no water in the tent of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. They don't have water. So how he is asking? He asked this question just to show the thirst of his father. And when he fell down, he screamed from that place and said, oh my father, see, هذا جدي يقرئك السلام. My grandfather is telling salam to you, oh my father, and he has quenched my thirst, and I am no more thirsty, my father. See, this was the thirst. And the last word, which shows the thirst of Karbala, you know, when Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam was killed, suddenly the horse of Imam Hussain, he came towards the tent of Imam Hussain, and riwayah says that, narration says that he shouted, "Al-Zalimatu al-Zalima min ummatin qad qatalu ibna binti nabiha." It's so sad to tell. How painful is this? And may curse upon the people, those who have killed the son of the daughter of their prophet. So what happened at that time? This I want to mention, and this is my last word for today. Suddenly when the baby Sakina salamullahi alayha, that child, the daughter of 4 years, when she heard the sound, she rushed towards the horse and she asked one thing. Ya Jawad, hal suqiya abi am qutila atashana. Oh, the horse, just let me know that my father died with thirst or he was given some water. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. رضا بقضائه وتسليما لأمره وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. اللهم إنا نسألك وندعوك باسمك العظيم الأعظم الأجل الأكرم وباسمك يا الله يا الله يا الله يا الله يا الله يا رحمن يا رحيم يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. Oh Allah, accept this worship from us. Oh Allah, forgive us. Oh Allah, bless us all with your obedience. Oh Allah, bless us with the tears for Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam. Oh Allah, bless us with the ziyarah of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam. اللهم اشف كل مريض اللهم رد كل غريب اللهم سهل أمور المسلمين، اللهم فرج عن كل مكروب، اللهم انصر الإسلام وأهله واخذل الكفر وأهله، اللهم عجل لمولانا وليك الفرج واجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره وشيعته ومحبيه والمستشهدين تحت لوائه. الفاتح لأرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات، تسبقها الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك منا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت، وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعلهما الله آخر العهد منا لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أنصار الحسين وعلى أبي الفضل العباس وأختهما زينب، ورحمة الله وبركاته. والفاتحة تسبقها صلوات.